Greetings. This is the point of view and perspective recording of your skill for the skill. This lesson will go over 2 points. First, it'll review point of view and how a character or the narrator tells the story. And then it will dig deeper into the complex idea of perspective and how many people in the same story or many characters in the same story may have different perspectives on the same issue and what that looks like, and also why that is. So that's what we're going into today. So you will be completing your point of view student notes, which looks like this. They're all color coded for your convenience. There is a story that we will go over in which really goes into perspective, and then there's an activity due on your own. So here we go. Your job is to fill in all these blanks as I present, and then your job is also to make sure to contact your teacher if you have any questions after you have completed your notes on this skill. So here we go. Point of view refers to who is telling a story. There's three different ways that the narrator can tell a story, and the point of view is how it's being told. So first person is I. You'll hear keywords like I and we in the text. This is example of Percy Jackson's novels, Twilight novels, and there's long of young adult fiction in which you are in the first person perspective and you're stuck not only with them for their whole journey, but you're like in their brain. You are them on their journey. Second person is unique. You often see these in advertisements where it's telling you to choose your own adventure or you must quit smoking, and it's kind of forcing. It's actually you're the narrator. You're the one that is telling the story based off of the text. The third person perspective, you see keywords like he, she, they, and their. And this is the most common point of view in which you're seeing it from the outside. You're not inside anybody's brain, but you are either traveling with a person, with that narrator throughout the story, or you kind of see everything, which is common in fairy tales. So let's go more in depth. First person point of view. The Outsiders is another example of first person narrator in which you see keywords such as I, me, my, mine, and we. The example states, when I stepped out into the bright sunlight from the darkness of the movie house, I had only two things on my mind, Paul Newman and a ride home. You see those keywords, I, and my. You know you're in first person point of view when you might not even know the name of the character because you have to wait for them to address that or for another character to have dialogue that says their name. That's how you know you're in first person because you are in their brain, and usually your brain doesn't need to introduce itself to you. What you need to know, be aware that first person point of view, this can be unreliable because you are inside their brain. Everything they see is through their through their biased perspective. And so when they see things and interpret things, they might interpret it the wrong way. But because you're stuck in their brain, it's sometimes hard to get a realistic perspective. Third person limited. Who is telling the story is the narrator, and you'll see keywords such as he, she, they, his, and hers. Only we really know what the character is thinking or seeing, and we're kind of stuck with them. And so if this is, for example, Harry Potter is written this way, in which you see things, you're with Harry Potter, but you're limited to seeing what he sees. So as soon as Severus Snape closes the door or Dumbledore goes to his office, we don't know what's going on in those rooms. You only know what's happening where Harry Potter goes and what he's doing. And so it's limited. You don't get to see everything, even though you are from the outside looking in, you have limited abilities to see what's going on. An example is The Giver. You can pause it here and kind of go through that example. And again, the limitations is that you're only with Jonas or Harry's thoughts and feelings and their character. So it's sometimes if you're trying to solve a mystery in a novel, you're stuck with whatever clues your narrator has, and you're not able to kind of explore on your own. Next is third person omniscient. Omniscient means all-knowing, and you will not use that word very often in your lifetime. But omniscient means you know everything. Okay, you have access to all the characters, all their thoughts, and all of their thinking. The same keywords like he, she, his, and hers. but it's different because you know what is going on in all parts of the story. This is kind of how most TV shows and movies are written, in which you are omnipresent, you're omniscient, and you know everything. Because for the casual viewer, that's what they're interested in. For example, this is a good example of an omniscient narrator, or I'm sorry, omniscient point of view would be fairy tales, in which you know Snow White is this gullible, sweet young princess who loves the outdoors. And you also know that the evil queen wants to kill her because she's so jealous. And you also know that the king is clueless. And you also know that the dwarves are hardworking and helpful. And these things you know because you are omniscient. You're all knowing of all the characters. And the nice thing is, by reading these, you know everything. You know what's going on. However, it doesn't leave much mystery to it because you kind of know what's happening all the time. Okay, here we go. Now, point of view is something you can take, you can practice. It's literally just listening for those keywords and being aware of how the narrator is telling the story. And that's pretty, again, this is review from elementary school. However, the idea of perspective is some more complex thinking. This is not necessarily just who's telling the story, but the perspectives of everybody in the story, whether they're narrating it or not. Perspective is how you see something. And each person has a different perspective. If you start with the picture on the right-hand side, again, you see that glass. Most of us would say it's half full. Others of us would say it's half empty. Now, we're both right, but that's just how we see it in our perspective. Sometimes it has to do with mindset, kind of like what positive or negative mood we're in. But sometimes it just has to do with how we see the world based off of our experiences that we've had. The picture on the left is a little more engaging. So we have this island man, and he sees a boat and he's super excited. He's like, this is going to save me, this cool boat. While the guy in the boat is super excited because he sees land and he's like, land is going to save me. Now, who's right? Is the boat going to save them, or is the land going to save them? Well, both of them are right. They're both right because from their perspective, the boat will save island guy, the land will save boat guy, and that's from their perspective, that's how they see it. So there is no wrong answer. And so you have to continue to watch their journey to see what might happen next. But from their perspective and in the position that they are in right now and their experiences, they are both correct. And that's how many characters' perspectives are in stories that you read. So here's the story of Seven Blind Mice. I am not going to play it for you, but instead, you're going to listen, and then you are going to practice figuring out why all the seven mice have different perspectives, what the author wants us to learn, and why we must think about different perspectives of characters as we read. Okay, best of luck, and I will talk to you soon.